my name is Jamie Sloan, and I'm a graduate student at Eastern Illinois University, and I'm studying to be a registered dietitian, which basically means I want to help people make better choices when it comes to eating. So we all go to the grocery store on a fairly regular basis. So today I'm going to walk you through some basic tips on what to shop for when you're at the grocery store. First of all, you never want to go to the store when you're hungry. This leads you to making choices that you wouldn't normally make, like buying those Twinkies or Oreos. Also, it's a great idea to make a detailed shopping list before you go. Take advantage of making a list and take that when you head to the store. Be sure to look through the paper and find any ads that tell you what's on sale at the store, and you can also look for coupons that you can use at the store. Another tip you can use before heading to the store is if you're going to be following a certain recipe that day whenever you're shopping, look through the recipe first and see if there's any alterations that you can make to possibly lower the fat content. For example, I love making this taco dip recipe. The recipe calls for 16 ounces of regular sour cream and 8 ounces of regular cream cheese. An easy way to alter this recipe and make it a little bit lower in fat is to use either reduced fat or fat-free sour cream and cream cheese. Another basic tip for grocery shopping is we all know that at grocery stores and Walmart you get a ton of plastic bags. These days you can buy reusable grocery bags and take them with you each time you go. So I have a bag like this that I will take with me today. Bread is a pretty common item on most people's shopping lists. However, this section can be kind of confusing because there are so many different options available today. Breads are a source of grain in the diet, and according to my pyramid, you should try and get at least half whole grains in your diet each day. Whole wheat can be misleading because it isn't the same as whole grain. Look for whole grain on packages of bread and even on things like bagels and English muffins. Just like breads, breakfast cereals are also a great source of grains in your diet. Breakfast is a very important meal of the day, so it's important to start your day off right with a good dose of grains and fiber. Things like Pop-Tarts and cereals like Lucky Charms and Fruity Pebbles sound great for breakfast in the morning. However, these aren't the best choice, so try to avoid these when you're shopping because they're so high in sugar. Pastas are another source of grains in your diet, and as you can see, there are many different options to choose from. You can't go to the grocery store and not stop in the produce section. We all know that fruits and vegetables are a great source of nutrients. For example, ready-to-eat carrots and apples are great items to take in the car and to be used as a snack. Alright, so now we're in the dairy section. This section contains items that are very high in calcium, which are great for strengthening our bones. Items found in this section include milk, yogurt, and various cheese products. The important thing with dairy section is to evaluate the different options available. For example, with milk, you can choose from whole, 2%, 1%, or skim or fat-free milk. As we get older, we don't need as much fat content from our milk. Now we're in the meat section, as you can see, and there's several different choices available. The thing to watch with meats is their fat content. So when leaner options are available, try and take advantage of those. Chicken is a great option because it is leaner than your red meats and can be used in many different dishes. Okay, so the last place that you want to stop is probably the frozen section. There are a lot of good options available in the frozen section, such as your frozen vegetables and your frozen fruits. They actually retain more nutrients compared to canned goods. So if you have a sweet tooth and can't stay away from the different ice creams available, there are reduced fat or even fat-free options for you to try. So I'm back from the store, and I found a ton of great things. Just a few reminders when you're going shopping. Don't go whenever you're hungry because you're more likely to purchase those unhealthy items that you don't really need. Be sure to make a detailed list before you go. If you're shopping for a certain recipe, look the recipe through and see if there are any healthy modifications that you can make. If you have reusable grocery bags available, be sure to take those with you so you're not wasting plastic bags. I hope you'll follow some of these practical guidelines when you're grocery shopping. Remember, if you shop healthy, you can eat healthy.